It was, I mean, this defense, I think, is really, really special. Especially
Yes.
because the offense has not been putting them in great situations for 3 out of 4 weeks, and they keep rising to the challenge. Like, I really think right now this is an elite defense. I don't think
Yeah.
national media has caught up to it because
No.
the Broncos aren't supposed to be a good team this year. But how they are playing right now, the Patriots are another top defense in the league. They got shelled. They got shelled by this same exact Jets team. And the weather definitely helped. I'll own that. But that's not the difference between 31 points and 9 points, is the rain. Like, this defense is, at least in my opinion, right now, top three in the league. They are doing, especially with the Browns, Ravens, these teams coming back
Yes.
to the pack,
Yes.
they might be top one in the league with what they're doing. And the offense just, if it ends up being the excuses that I think we can afford the offense, which is they really didn't get to practice this week. If people were following the reports throughout this week, their whole plan, their East Coast road trip plan, went horribly awry because of Hurricane Helene, and they have been stuck doing walkthroughs on tennis courts. Like, they haven't really had a true practice this week.
No.
Awful conditions in the game. I was like, come on, this is rain. Like, that's not enough to excuse how bad Bo Nix is looking right now. I had a ton of people reach out to me that were at the game going, I'm telling you, Zach, I've lived in New York. I've gone to a lot of games. This is especially bad. So let's say, hey, no practice, especially bad rain game. Let's afford all the excuses. If they come back week 5 against a good Raiders defense and it doesn't even have to look as good as week 3, but if it looks more put together than there's not a half of football where it's just mired in muck. I would be feeling great about this team right now because the defense is elite. I feel that pretty confidently.
Can we just have an average offense this year, man? I feel like this defense should be able to keep us in there, man. And I think those are wonderful points, Zach. I did want to hit on this. How could we forget about this? One of the things that I was kind of nervous about coming into this game was no Alex Singleton, man, our captain, out. And
Great call.
yeah, like, what'd you think about the linebacker play? Cody Barton, Justin Strnad. I think Welch got in there a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Strnad, great call by you. Yeah, Justin Strnad was maybe the star of the day. I mean, and there were maybe players that made more of an impact or bigger individual plays, but he played like maybe an upgrade on Alex Singleton. And I hate to say that with Singleton being injured, but and Strnad was a problem. I remember, 2-3 years ago, they played the Browns and they have to have Strnad come into that game, and he got ran the hell over. They brutalized that man. This week, they're playing another strong rushing team that wants to attack him that way. And he was all over the place, tackles in the backfield, sacking the quarterback on the first play of the game. Justin Strnad, if he keeps playing like this, I mean, I guess I don't know, man. He might be starting next year. That's where it's at. Because
you save $6 million cutting Singleton. Just saying.
And it seemed like that move was coming anyways with the ACL tear. But I mean, now, like, my thing was, okay, Singleton's gone, and then it's something else. Now I think it's Strnad, and I think Strnad's contract is up too after this year. So he's probably making himself a good deal of money with this showing.
Incredible, man. And I can be less patient than the coaching staff with some of these guys, because coming into this year, I'm like, Strnad, man, he's not going to give us anything on defense from what we've seen. And then we saw it in preseason. Yep. He had some pretty good showings out there, but of course that's preseason. He blew my expectations, out of the water today with how he played. And Cody Barton, credit to him, man. With the green dot today, this is his first year in the defense, and he is already calling the plays, getting everybody lined up. Credit to him, man. I was so happy with our linebacker play, especially given that injury.
I'm with you. The linebacker play was great. Now, I think it was 90% awesome for the Broncos. I will say, or coming out of this game, you got to feel great. Offense looks great. Special teams, mostly good day outside of the Will Lutz miss. I think the line played well. Running game took a big step forward. Lots of positives. It was Bo Nix even in the second half might be a positive. But I do think, at least for me personally, I come away from this game, and as good as I'm feeling, I have some questions about the two most important pieces of this operation. Sean Payton and Bo Nix.